Hi guys. Today we're doing Scratch. I just signed in, and I love coding. Okay, so I just gotta tell you that. Um, so let's do our first lesson. Um, so today's lesson is gonna be about the motion blocks. It's not important. So I'm gonna teach you about all the motion blocks you can do. So this is just the iconic stuff. You start with 2. You could also just make a new one. I don't know, you could just write subscribe. Yeah, let's just make a subscribe button. And make a red background. Alright. Now just center them. There. So now we just have a subscribe costume. So we can also do, so I'm going to show you all the blocks. You can press and move 10 steps and see it's moving. You can also move negative 10 steps. And I'll go backwards. Then there's the turn, where you can rotate it. You can also do it the other way. You turn by the position of where this is pointing. So this you'll turn this way, this you'll turn this way. And you can see where you're turning right here. See, I'm 90 degrees again. Just set that back to 0, 0. Then there's the go to random position, where it just puts you in a random position. There's also the go to mouse pointer. So we do that. Since the mouse pointer isn't on this thing, but if we just use this, I'm not going to tell you what this does yet in this lesson. But basically, when I hit go, it'll just go to where my mouse pointer is when I press space. Okay. And then there's a position. So that's basically just telling it where to go. You could go here, except the max is this, depending on how big your spread is. So maybe minus 34 and y 56. That's its own position. So you could also do this in here, except if you want to make it part of what you're coding, then there's not going to be someone in your computer constantly writing this down here. But there will be someone telling you where to go right here. So there's a go to random position. This one's just glide to random position or mouse pointer. So it basically just glides there for 1 second. That's about it. Then there's glide to whatever position you want. I've never actually used this one before, but I know what it does. So you could go to glide 10, x 10. And just go there. Or this. So it's basically just telling it a specific spot to go to. Then there's, so like if you don't want to do, if you just don't want to turn it and just rather just point it in a direction, like this, it's just a lot easier. And then you're not constantly looking at the position to see how much you have to rotate it from. If you're doing a lot of rotating, you can just, it doesn't matter what direction you're in, as long you could just like point it in a direction. Then there's point towards mouse pointer. which will just make it the thing turn towards where my mouse pointer is. If I click it, there. I'll just set that back to normal. Oh no, it has to be 90. Then there's change X by. Okay, these are the positions. X is like left or right, and then Y is up and down. So change X by 10, which will make it. You can also do like change by -10. You can also do set X to like 34, but if you do change by 34, it's gonna keep going, but this just sets it there. So they both have their use. This is the if on edge bounce. So that just basically if it's active, then just you won't touch the edge. That's basically it. It's not a lot of explaining. So this, I've never used all around. This is basically just, I think it's yeah. So you can turn it without the thing moving, except it will go backwards after a bit. So you just can't see it rotating because of this. And then don't rotate it. Just means it just never, you can't see it rotate. And then finally, wait. And all around just means that's just normal. So we have the all around. And then we just have these, but I mean, this just tells you what the X position is, this is the Y position, and this is the direction. So, I have a challenge for me. I have to make a game, except I'm only yet allowed to use three of these types. So I could do motion, looks, and sensing maybe. But I have to use emotion in it, in one of these three things. So I can only choose 2 other of these categories, which is gonna make it a lot harder. I'll see you when I'm done making the game. I've chosen motion, looks, and sound for mine. Well, I'm not gonna really make a game. I'm just gonna make an animation. I actually switched sound for control, and also you have to have what's it called? Events. Yeah, events. Because otherwise, you literally can't make a project without them. Done. Let's watch it. Okay, well, like, I was only allowed to use these. If I could do sound, or sensing, or operations, or variables, or create your own block, then I could have made this way better. I could have made a game out of that. Except, I can't. Because I can't use sensing. Or operators. And even if I could, it'd be a really bad game, and it'd take a long time. Well, this is the final product. Or, not product. Finished project. Let's just call it Spinning Guy. what to do. Click what it's pointing at. I don't care.